Now that the Paris sale is finally over, we want to take the downtime in the market to look at what we have learned during the Paris sticker sale and if we can figure out what to improve regarding our investments or research for the upcoming major stickers. We initially had the Paris capsules starting from 99 cents about 150 days ago before they went on the 75% off sale, as they usually do. So that's our first and for some people not so obvious learning, that major stickers will very likely go on a big sale after the major ends. The simple reason for that is basically money. As usual, we had discussions going on if they would be actually going on sale because of CS2 or Paris being CSGO's last major and so on. In my eyes, it was pretty obvious that Valve would not want to miss the opportunity to literally make tens of millions of dollars for free. We also learned that they are not following any regular pattern for borderless stickers so far, making any prediction we might have for the upcoming major stickers basically a guessing game. Of course, I'm personally hoping for stickers that are bordered, which would be good for our current investments, but at the same time, I want them to look stunning as well. I believe with the new engine and lighting, they can achieve a good middle ground between being bordered and still very good looking. Realistically, given we had Rio capsule sales way below the borderless variants of Antwerp or Paris, Valve will try to profit as much as possible and release another borderless collection. Could we have predicted the third borderless variant, given Stockholm had the logo on the right side of the sticker, Antwerp in the middle, and now Paris on the left? Well, maybe, but it hasn't been stated that any of that was intentional to provide a pattern. If you want to believe in that theory, now there's still uncertainty for the next stickers. Will they just reset the pattern and start with borderless stickers and the Copenhagen logo on the right? Or will they move it to the top? Or just go back to placing the logo in the middle? You see, at this point, once again, it's basically unpredictable, but I'd love to hear your opinions down below. Let's see if we learned anything about buy-in timings. Just a quick intermission from editing, Riz here. Just to let you know, there's still 85% of you watching that have not subscribed yet, so if you want to do so, feel free to do so. You can also like and comment to win 200 Paris capsules of your choice that aren't on sale anymore, by the way. That kind of feels weird to say, but well, let's move on with the video. Many loud voices in the community advocated for waiting to buy into stickers until well into the sale and not buy in very early. Well, you can't really hold it against them. As for Antwerp, that was a viable strategy and in most cases, even the best strategy, even for the most sought after holos. However, for Paris, buying almost immediately, that being just a few days after the 75% off sale hit, would have been an amazing entry point for a lot of the stickers in general. Having the sale go on for around 90 days before we had a similar buying opportunity, many positions were initiated for way worse prices. Some stickers, even to this day, haven't reached their all-time low from the beginning of the sale. I'm an advocate for DCAing, meaning to put a certain sum towards your targeted investments at regular intervals, even if the market situation seems to be too bad or too good right then and there. For let's say casual investors, this way you can reduce your risk and reduce the stress of keeping up with market developments. You will likely end up with a decent position, maybe not as good as if you had timed it perfectly, but absolutely fine for the long term. Using buy orders on the Steam community market as well as buff can help snipe a few stickers for below market price. Using these strategies and adding a bit more than the regular sum and very rapid price dips that we saw just recently, I think by now I'm personally in a very decent position and I'm happy with my buy-in prices and still am bullish on Paris for the foreseeable future. Let's see what else we learned. We learned about supply estimations for stickers based on capsule unboxings that rely on multiple sources of data. This supply data will always have to be considered with a grain of salt given the assumptions we are dealing with, but I personally am using it to see which numbers we are approximately talking about and to compare capsule openings inside of the collection itself. From this data, we cannot however see how many capsules are invested in, meaning held in inventories or storage units. That would be very difficult to estimate and is really just another guessing game at this point, unless we get reports of the organization's earnings based on these capsules sold. If we didn't know for the Antwerp sale already, we did learn that having new, similar looking collections will drive prices down for the old ones as well, even for the stickers that are not getting an alternative, providing us with great investment opportunities that in my opinion should strongly be considered, given that supply will be limited and the newer collection supply is still uncertain for multiple months to come. Talking about time frames, we can see a continuation of the trend regarding major sticker sales. Having the Paris sale finally end after 105 days, the bar has been set very high, and I'm curious if that will be the new norm, or if Valve just had special plans given CS2 release and no second major in 2023. Another very interesting learning we've had is that it seems like Valve does not announce the sale end date for every major now. Going forward, we will have to see if that was only the case for Paris or not. They potentially were content with their earnings and didn't feel the need for a last sales push by announcing the end date a few days early, even if that would be very weird coming from a company's point of view. Also, I don't want to hear the argument that they did so that investors that are already in position would have an advantage or a better chance at returns given they limited the supply this way. As I mentioned, I would be very surprised if any of the decisions Valve takes have taken investors' opinions into consideration, except for maybe storage units, which at the end of the day were additional money-making tools. Basically, it only enabled players to spend more money more easily. One of the most important things we've learned during this Paris sale is to make your own decisions and not listen to anyone for actual financial advice. Take everything with a grain of salt and come to your own conclusion after listening to opinions or data. I'm absolutely fine with everyone giving their takes, opinions, and basis for discussions, which I want to do as well, but you need to be careful not to be influenced too much and do additional research before entering a position of any size really. It is always necessary to question the motives, especially in the investing space. And in my personal opinion, you also don't need to pay to listen to anyone's advice or takes, as there are good quality YouTubers and content creators always providing grounds for discussions and your own investment thesis, but that's just as a quick side note. Alright, next thing we learned is that the CS market is not efficient nor rational. We do have random spikes, random dumps, and price movements that are inexplicable but blow anything investment wise out of the water outside of CS markets. We have noted that supply numbers don't shock people as much as they maybe should, and see that demand seems to be staying king for the foreseeable future. We learned that there really don't need to be crazy amounts of sticker applications, only a good handful of very bullish investors to keep prices high, for now at least. We got to know the usual CS major sticker sale removal FOMO, literally twice in 2 weeks, both times spiking prices as it did for basically every major before as well. So I guess we learned that some people will always be late to the party, but still want to show up, even for increased prices. We learned that every major brings new players and investors to the scene, that in most cases really are just trying to learn. Influencers are able to manipulate prices of stickers, even if they don't necessarily have the intention to do so, so be careful of that as well. If you haven't used them already, we learned to pick up stickers and capsules from third-party sites to secure better buy-in prices, increasing our return on invest for when we finally decide to cash out. If there's anything else you have learned, please let me know in the comments down below. Remember to subscribe if you like the content, and thank you so much for watching.